Do it, do it, do it, do it.
Hey.
Huh? I wish I could just.
I just enjoying it. Like I learning a lot from you actually, because I just stumbled upon it. Like I always had it, but I lost it, and
Yes.
it's like it now came back. So I feel like every time when spirit bring me back on these platforms, it's like I find someone that keeps me or guides me to let me stay on track this time, because I feel
Right.
like I keep losing it, and because I keep losing it, it's like I'm not really building upon it. So it's like I'm like, whew. If you know how I
Universe.
feel, just listening to you.
Universe has a funny way of working. And
Definitely.
I say it all the time, the universe is always working in my favor. It's always plotting for me. It's always conspiring for me.
Yeah.
Me. Who else?
Right?
It's not me.
And then it's like some days when I like open up my mind and I would see it, I would be like, Shh, how can you be so lost? How did you know? And then I have to be like, okay, don't beat yourself up. It's just all part of the process. It's fine.
Always give yourself grace. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, look at the programming we have to deal with.
Right?
It is very, I get, like I keep saying, this is not for the weak-hearted.
Nope. And
It's
that's
not.
every time I grow through something, I'm like, shh, tough times don't last forever, but tough people do.
Can I get? Can I
Wait,
do
I got
it,
mine. I got
please?
mine. Let me do it for you.
Yes, yes. Because ultimately, you're just here to experience this shit. You're
Yeah.
just here to experience this shit. And it's just like, I think people get so bogged down with their emotions. And that it goes back to these attachments.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even with the
Definitely
emotions, people
attachments.
be attaching
Yeah.
with the emotions. And it's just like, it's okay to feel. Let that bitch go though. Let it go. Especially if it's not something positive, why are you holding on to it? Give it to
Yeah.
the universe. Let that shit go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
That
Cause
was like I feel that was the most mind blowing one for me, because like I was holding on to so much, and then when I read like forgive yourself first, right? And I was like, whoa, so you're trying to tell me this was me all along? And I was
it's
like,
it's always been you. That's
it's so
literally it's
crazy.
always been you. It's you fighting yourself. It's
Yeah.
always, and that's why I keep telling people, like, I don't know if it was my message for today. I'm like, it's always been you.
Always, but we get so sidetracked by the distractions and the illusions. It's just like, how did I get here? But then I was like, why worry how I got here? I'm here now. Let me embrace it and soak up the wisdom and the knowledge so that I don't come back to that space. I want
Yes.
to keep transcending.
Yes. And you just made a good point too. It's the now. People get
Yes.
so bogged down in the past, trying to think about the future. Can we just can we
Now.
just live in now?
That was my biggest, that was one of my biggest breakthroughs, because I'm going to be like, my biggest, I'm like, everything is basically my biggest, because we don't operate on small anyway. So everything got to be our biggest, right? And that
Mm-hmm.
was my biggest, because I was like, why am I holding on to these people and these systems labels? Like, you, Shakera, like, Shakera, it's time to break free, you know? And when I broke free, it was like,
Choose
whew,
you.
yes. Every time now. Every time. Every time. And
Period.
that's what I was telling you in the comments. I was like, that's why everybody thinks I'm crazy, because I'm not following suit. But I was always like that from a kid. Remember, childlike, because I was always going left when everybody went right. And I got called like, oh, like there's something wrong with this kid. And that made me lost myself and try to fit in
You
when
was
I was only
always
meant here to stand out. Yeah.
Universe been telling you like,
I
this
couldn't
ain't it.
hear. I like literally plugged my ear, so I wasn't even listening. So I could only forgive me, right?
Break them bitches off. All them shit. Fuck all them shit. What all these chains. And that's why, and I think that's like the karma that we keep bringing to ourselves.
Yes.
It's the karma. We need to break the karma. Release that beach. Like, no.
Definitely.
This is
Because if we don't, we'll be forever be a prisoner, basically. And that's why, like, the other week, I was like, you know what? I'm so happy I'm free of all my karma now. You know, and I feel like because I became free of all my karma, I went in a space of like feeling lost again. Because it was like, what's next now? Like I just unlocked something that I imprisoned myself with. So what's next? And I disappeared from everything for like a couple weeks the other day because I was just sitting like at like staring like okay, you know what, Shakira, you got your ego back in, so I had to remove you so you could plug back into source and listen. Stop letting your ego get in the way. And I was like, oh, there I go again.
okay. You know what it is too? That's why I keep on saying, you're the God, you're the devil, you're the God.
It's
And it goes back to what I just
as
said. It's
above, so
always been
below.
you, right? And
Yeah.
it's okay. That ego is there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, I think the biggest issue, people try to fight the ego
Yeah.
instead of just like observing
Embrace.
it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, because everybody has those thoughts.
Yeah.
It's whatever you entertain ultimately, though. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Even
Definitely.
in the yin, there's a little bit.
Yeah.
Even in the yang, there's a little bit. You're not completely, because in order to shine, right, I need darkness to be
Definitely.
surrounded by the darkness. That's how I shine the brightest.
Hmm?
And how do I be in darkness? It's the light. And look, there's no, it's all
Yin
interchangeable. It's
and
about
yang.
a balance. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
In
And
order to live, you gotta understand that life and death.
light, dark, positive, and negative. Like, just give it to the fucking universe. Stop. I feel like people be analyzing. We make things so complicated. We really fucking do.
Do. Yeah.
And we just personalize everything. And it's not our fault. Society, programming, the culture did such a good job of like making you look outside of yourself all of the time that you do neglect the inner you. You know what I mean? You don't know who that person is or
Because the
took the time.
programming is so deep, like that's why I was like thankful that I didn't fully got so much of the programming, and I guess I was able to cut back myself because I ended at like secondary school, because that's what we
Hmm.
call secondary school in the Caribbean. I
Yeah.
ended and I was like, I'm not going into your guys'
Right.
matrix any longer. Let me figure out me and do for self. So everything was just trial and error, just learning, which is what we're supposed to do anyways, right? We're in the University of Earth, so we never know it all. We're always learning.
Always a student.
Yep. But it's when you think you know it all when the problem starts.
Definitely. That's why I think, what do I know?
Right?
I don't know. I mean, what do I know? That's why I leave it up, because it's just like, it's all about questioning at the end of the day.
Yes.
What do I know?
And it goes back to Chole again.
I only know myself, ultimately.
Right? That's what I was telling people the other day. I say, you think you know me, but the truth is I don't know myself because I'm forever evolving. I'm not who I was yesterday. So if you think you know me, you don't.
How can you ever know? Really, anybody?
Exactly. That's why we gotta start getting so emotionally attached and understand that we were only put here
And
to
it's just like,
manage.
it's
We
the
don't.
expectations.
Yeah.
we have all these expectations
Yeah.
and standards. I'm like, put them here. That's why I be like, people be like so amazed. Like, we can start a conversation. They probably never talk to me for like a certain time. We start again, and I'm just like, cool. They're like, how do you do that? I'm like, your world, my world only revolves around me. Like,
I literally just came out of that. I used to be like, some days, like, I was walking around on here and be like, was I meant to be here? Because I think I'm cut from a different cloth. Because I don't understand this. Like, I'd be like, am I tripping? Like, I literally, that's why I was laughing so hard in the comments because I was like, oh my gosh, there's somebody else similar. Like, I am not the only one. Because it's like, you can't have certain conversation with certain people because they just think you cuckoo. And it's like, this is just bliss,
they're the crazy ones. They choose crazy
right?
every day, like
Right?
intentionally.
It's like I living in bliss right now, and it's like they don't understand. They're like, you can just leave all of this, like you're crazy, Shakera. And I'm like, you can have it if you want it.
I'll be
I just
crazy.
want
It's
my
okay.
freedom.
Yeah, I'll be crazy. It's okay. We happy crazy
Yeah,
over here.
yeah. Cause it's like everybody be calling, and it's be like, listen, I honestly don't like talking to people. Like, it's just like I can't like. They classify, the labels again, empath. So what empath is like all the energy, and it's like I was empty at the end of the day. I was like, so who pours back into me? I have to pour
Yes.
back into me. So when I disappear, what do you think I'm doing? Is me.
Regenerating. It's so interesting that you said that because my oldest sister is a Sagittarius,
Yeah.
and we literally just had a conversation the other day, and I was just like, because she made it. We were talking about all the signs or whatever, and she's like, "Yeah, you just shut everybody out," and I'm just like, I'm like, this is why I don't like English. I don't like society too, but it goes to show like your mentality as well. Cause it's just like instead of you thinking I'm shutting everybody else, why don't you think about okay, she's recharging or she needs some me time or you know what I mean? I'm the type of person where I'd rather give you the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean, and think of it of a positive than for me to think, oh, it's on a negative. It's not if that makes any
No,
sense.
it makes sense. And that's what I like about learning this because you don't have to explain to, so because you get
Yes,
it. It's like you get that
yes,
that spark. You can feel it. So it's like
yes.
you don't have to go into the
And this is
crannies
why
of
I
the
don't like
past.
English because this like certain there's no
Yeah.
words
You
for
gotta
it.
keep going and
It's just
going.
a knowing. It's just
Yeah.
a knowing. And when you know, you know.
It's
And
definitely.
it can't be messed with. Like, you know what I mean? When you just know.
Yeah.
But I was just like, yeah, me personally, I rather like think about it on a positive note or like and then to think about it about a negative. Like if somebody didn't pick up my call, I'm like, oh, they're probably busy or like they have something going on or maybe they need their me time right now or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't know what nobody's going on in anybody's life. At that point in time, all you know is you.
Definitely.
That's it. Like in your world, you know what I'm saying? So I don't like to impose. And I say, and yes, I'm a type of person, I live by this. And yeah, I guess I flaunt it or whatever, but it's like I don't bother people. So please don't bother me.
Yeah. And I thought like, and then people like to put labels because they're like, oh, that's a Sagittarius thing. Oh, this, and I was like, but why? Like, we're all the same. I'm a part of you. You're a part of me. Like, what we got to keep with the segregation BS. At the end of the day, we're reflections of each other. We're just at different levels, and I
It's
accept
all
that.
consciousness. There's only one.
Yeah.
We're just expressing ourselves in like in different ways.
Exactly. But everybody want to agree. But if we all agree, how would it be interesting though? How can you have opinions and stretch it even further? You know, to dissect every little thing so you can understand even more, right? So that's why I tell people, like, everyone would just see how
Just
simple
want
it
to
is.
please you.
So simple. We'll be in a better place and it won't be taking so long in their time. Because right now, I am timeless. I do not move in the clock. Like, I always tell people I wear a watch, but kid you not, that's why I know spirit is always working in my favor. Every time I put a battery in this watch, it just counts out. This literally do not work. I just put it on because, and people be like, oh, you need to respect the clock, Shakera. It's time. And I'm like, but why? I live in timeless. Like,
I tell people
what am
like
I
I'm gonna
rushing
look like
for?
this forever. Like this is me. Like forever.
Right? Why am I rushing? No, I gotta do some more.
It
I need
said,
to
Mm,
come. No, I can come.
good question. Whose time are we on?
Right? Isn't it our time at the end of the day? So I always tell people, we're rushing for what though? Like, for
Mm,
what?
for who? What? When? Where? How? Why?
Why
Why?
not enjoy in the now? Like, living in the now is the best thing ever. Like,
So
now, today. Like,
it's so
just
delicious.
enjoy.
Like, how can you not enjoy this? You know what I'm
Right?
saying? And just be in gratitude and in abundance. And it's just like, how can you guys like manifest? You
it's
guys
so
don't even
true.
give room.
It's definitely true. I say the same thing. I'm just here multitasking because my little one, she's like, she
Hi,
wants.
beautiful.
Hello. So I'm just.
I love the kids. I don't care. I love the kids. What?
She
And
keeps
I
me
tell
on my P's and toes.
what?
P's and Q's, toes and knees. Whatever thing you want to say, she keeps me on it.
Yes. Because honestly, kids are the teachers.
Definitely are. So
We've been
no,
programmed, already. So we need to be on their level. They're the one who closest to God, to consciousness.
right? And that's why I always tell like her dad, I'm like, we are not supposed to tell her what to do. We're just supposed to guide her. She has to make her decisions for herself.
You're
You
such
know?
an amazing mom. Oh my God.
And he's like this. He's like, well, your mom didn't raise you that way. I was like, because you living in the past. Like, we didn't know
That's
better.
a
Now I know
programming.
better. But they
Who
don't
taught you
get
that? Master.
it.
Hello?
Right?
Who's the
They
master
don't get
here?
it, though. They don't get
Who's
it.
the master here?
Right? We're all governed of
Keys?
our own self.
Key? Where are the keys?
I wonder.
I fucking wonder too. I wonder every day.
Every day I just look at the sky and be like I question. I'm like, how, why though, like, and it's
But yeah,
forever.
like, but at least you're asking.
Yeah, true.
There's a lot of people who are not even asking
Yeah,
or wondering.
no, because the programming is so deep. I used to have this thing when I was coming up. I was like, I wish there was like you could see the reset button, and I would literally just run around and just press everybody's button like reset, reset, reset. You know,
We need a reset. We
we need.
definitely because y'all got lost in the game.
I could admit I was lost in the game. I was lost in the game. I was
I
like,
mean, weren't we all though? Until you found yourself,
but then you could get lost so many times though. It's like
girl.
staying in the samadhi.
It's literally a rabbit hole. Like created that concept knew what the fuck they were doing.
I frig, like, it's crazy. I used to be
Right?
like, the mind though. I'm like, son, leave it. It still needs to be softer. Good.
The fact that she keeps feeding you, I love it. I love kids. Because nobody's going to love you like your kids, yo. I promise you.
Definitely. And that was like more on learning I had to do because of what I had received. I
Right.
was like, I was seeing myself doing the same thing, but it was like we always think that they come for us, but she came for me. I always tell people that. I always say like she's like literally my savior. Like if it wasn't for her, I don't even know where I'll be. It was like my spirit guys was like, you need someone. Here you are. You
You're going to
know.
make me get emotional. Don't even.
No, we'll get that into the fun part. But it's like, like I was like, wow, like some days I just be like, when you in the matrix and you moving, you
Yeah.
don't see. And then when I unplug from it and I see, I feel so bad sometimes because I'm like, shit, I get tricked on my spot again. But they're so forgiving though. Like so
Oh,
forgiving.
forgiving.
And
Imagine if people was that even towards themselves.
right? It's crazy. But I love it though. I'm here for the journey, and I love learning this new side. Like
I
I was
think,
like,
but I think that's was what why we even choose to come back again. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's to learn something new.
yeah, it's true.
It's
Because
the
they had a point.
journey.
They had a point where I was like, man, when I get out of this, I don't want to come back. I want to just learn it all so I could just go
Girl.
on.
Girl. I mean you see me. I was like, take me out right now.
I know there's so many days, and I'm like, ugh. But I'm like, what it is you want me to do? Because I try to get out. Like, what is it? Show me a clearer path. And he's like, Tank is right there, but you're not seeing it,
Right.
so you want to be here even longer. And I'm like, call
Yes.
it a spade then.
It's a game. It's always been a game. It's
Yeah.
just you don't want to be the one who's getting played. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But you want to enjoy the game. I think that's where we kind of got fucked up. Like we stopped enjoying the
And making it
game of
become the
living.
reality.
You know what I mean? Because ultimately, like we're souls. We're
Mhm.
just so it is a game for us ultimately, or a mission, whatever. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's just like it's a game. You're supposed to, and then what's so funny about the Squid Game is just like it shows you how fucked up y'all even, and he taught so much fucking. That old man is like, oh, he's the gem. He's fucking.
Told ya. My daughter, she's behind her dancing. She's like, told ya, told ya.
What? And I knew what he was doing, and it was just like, well, no, I didn't know he was playing, but once I knew it, I can like I already knew he was gonna play him again.
Yeah,
Like I already knew he was playing a game with him as soon
yeah,
as he showed up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
As soon as he gave a time, I knew he was playing a game because he's in control here. What you know what I'm saying? That's why it's all about who's in control.
Definitely.
And
Like,
he manipulated him to get him to stay until that very time. Like you still did what he wanted you to do, and you still didn't get what you wanted.
wanted. And that happens to so many of us,
So who's really winning here?
right? Is
Y'all lost. Y'all lost sight. Sight. You know.
Mhm. Man, like breaking free of of this was like the best thing ever. Like it was like how did it happen? Like but then I was like, you know what? The only reason why I'm asking how is so I don't get back here. That's when I use how. Is so I don't do it twice. Cause I am tired of the merry-go-round. I'm
Repetition.
like, it's like I want to
Yeah.
come off of it. I'm tired of roller coaster. I want to go a different one. I want a new journey now.
Girl, if yeah, yes, everything that you're saying right now, everything that you're saying, because for me, it's just like, yeah, I enjoyed this game. I did.
Hmm.
I just want something, I don't know, a different dimension,
Yeah.
like
I see.
ascension, basically. I want ascension. I don't want to play this game anymore because this game is just tired. Like I'm over it. I
Mhm.
want ascension.
Ascension. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm like, that's why I mean, like, this whole graduation thing that you guys are talking about, I don't think the game ever starts getting played. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. It's just like, I get higher in the
Mhm.
game.
Yeah.
I get more control as
Yeah.
I get higher in the
Yeah.
game. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
start to create your own
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the game anymore. I want to be the one. I want to be the. You see that old guy?
Yeah.
That's who I want to be. And y'all lost sight of who it is. You should be. Can I get what?
Wait, I got it.
Right? Hmm. It's
Man,
all a
it's good.
game. That's what they
Yeah.
want you to see.
Mhm. But the thing is like everything is there. It's just we've become so blinded we can't see. But I mean, like it's literally right there. Like when I see it, I'm like, you overthinking again. Simple, simplicity.
Get down to a child level. Could you ever ask your child to do or a question that you're like you're thinking about it on and they're just answer it so simple?
Simple,
Bro,
simple.
we need to
It's
get back
mind
to that.
blowing.
There. Shit. That's what I mean. It's humans that make shit complicated. Like we
It definitely is,
like
and that's when I had to understand the spirit, physical, mental. Mental is the being, and I was like, okay, but we don't allow it to get attached. We're either are, and it's like no, it has to align.
Sumade. Like it's just like it's your inner peace that cannot be
Yeah.
moved.
Yeah.
Like a tree, hmm,
Withstand the
rooted,
test of time.
okay, rooted.
Hmm.
Like you got
Definitely.
to, because that's the only thing you have control over.
Mm-hmm.
Everything outside of you is out of
You
out. Get it? Out
right.
of your control.
It's crazy. I'm pretty sure I went into understanding of that today. Whereas like all the problems is because it's outside, but if you ever move inside, you don't have these problems. And I'm like,
Understand.
I never did under like with the under and the inner. Only way you connect back and you try to gain back samadhi, you realize the inner standing. And I was like, why do we always say that? It's like overstanding, inner standing.
Yeah, and you see how in the English they're always saying under. I'm not under nobody.
Right?
Excuse me.
It's so
You
much.
have
So
no
it's like
authority over me. Like
the English language is all spells.
trash,
All spells.
trash,
Mhm.
trash. I hate it.
It's
I
like insane. But everybody want it. And I'm like, no, like I wish I had but you
and
know
people
what?
be
The
like, oh, but
numbers.
you speak.
I'll run it.
Not by choice. Not by. Actually,
It's
I
so
take that back.
contradicting
I take that
because you
back.
can do
I choose
anything.
every day. I choose every day. You see, and this is what I'm saying. You see how I'm hard on me? I
Yeah,
need everybody to be that hard on
yeah.
themselves. Like, you think when I be talking my shit, as much as I talk my shit to you, I am talking my shit to myself. It's
So
really me talking to me.
yes,
I'm not
and that's
even
what
talking to you.
I
You
was
this is
telling
just
you
for fun for you.
that.
This is really like inner work for me.
Yes. And that's what when I was when he was doing it earlier, and I was like, me too, because in order for me to get back to this level, I had to. It's like the same device that we're talking now, dude. I literally, that's when I tell you record. I literally will just go to video and just do what you were doing, and that's how I learned so much about me, because it was just me and the God within just conversating, and that's why on this page I sometimes show it to the world, because I used to be like, why did you make me do this? There have to be a reason why, and the confidence came back, and it was like,
The
this is
self
proof.
love.
Yes, and that's my mantra. Love, know myself, love myself, embrace myself. Knowledge apply plus love is power, you know? And I would say that in the ending of all of my videos to myself every single day. I was like, it's time for you to continue to wake up the God within.
Yeah.
Everything you need is within you. You got to understand you got limitless potential.
Yo, you are feeding my soul right now. Oh,
That's what it was
jeez.
like. And Spirit was like, I need to, like, because you poured into me, I have to, like, at least pour back into
This
you.
is so juicy. What? I live for this shit. And this is like, there's no tangible, there's
Nope,
nothing you can put to
nothing.
this.
And it's blissful.
So blissful. I mean, look at us. Like, are are you guys okay? Because we're amazing.
Definitely.
Literally amazing.
Yeah,
And we get to choose every day.
definitely.
That's
And
why
that was
people, I ask, if, like, what are you choosing? You get to choose every day.
great. And once I moved into a gratitude mindset, it was the best thing ever. Like, I was like, what? Like, it doesn't take from me. Like, I do not have to lose nothing. Wow. Well, I choose this every day.
Thank you. Well, I choose life every day. I choose
Exactly.
abundance every day. What?
Prosperity, peace, light, kindness.
What do y'all choose? Like, that's what I'm saying. Are y'all doing the choosing? Or is it being done for you?
Dictatorship.
What what are you doing for yourself? Are you doing anything for you? That's a good question. Are you doing anything
Right?
for you?
And that's where I was like, shoot, like, man, is like, I just laughed to myself. That's why I was laughing. Like,
Oh,
I was
girl, we
just
laughing all
laughing
day.
because I was like, I just be like, oh, wait, like, I could only laugh. Like I told you, like it makes me sing. Like, it was like, what the what? That's some dumb shit.
Okay,
Like,
because we get to choose, right?
right?
Do we cry or do we laugh? I'd rather laugh every
I'd
motherfucking
rather
time.
laugh.
Every time.
Unless I need is like something is building up and I need to release, then
They
I'll
better be
cry.
happy tears.
But
What?
I love
I got you happy tears. What?
happy
I choose.
tears. Exactly.
Again, we choose. It
Hmm.
ultimately we choose.
Definitely.
Do you want to cry over something that's sad and depressed? Like, do you want to cry about, okay, this is a release. This feels good. Like,
Good.
okay.
Exactly. It's
I
like I
forgive
was like
you. How about that? Cry of forgiveness.
I don't want the pain no more. So it's like, it just could only be happy tears now. So if you're gonna bring me pain, toodles, because I'm selfish this season. It's all about me. It's time for me to pour into me.
Yo, I don't know why I didn't repost it, but what's her name? What's her name? The girl. Oh, I love her. What? Oh, what is it? Oh, she was like, it's my season. Like it's me. She was like, Rihanna, Beyonce, don't drop nothing. What is her name? For the life of me, it's not coming to me.
I don't
Wow.
even know.
You know who she is because she wrote the.
I go with faces, but not names. So that with me, I can't
No,
help
I
you.
know. No, I know. No, you know her because she's black. First of all, so
Yeah.
you know her. And what? She was in a. This is gonna bother me. It's
Take your
going
time. We
to.
got nothing but time, right?
See, we need more people like us around. You see, we should need to give ourselves grace. It's like it's okay.
Yeah.
Pause. Just think. Issa.
Okay.
See? Look it.
Yes.
Look at
Yes.
you. See? Look at me showing gratitude and then boom, it came. Look at the universe. And people
Right?
don't oh my God. I'm so grateful. Yeah.
We're the ones that complicate this. Like, we
Every time,
complicate
right?
it.
See, I was getting all flustered, not even like giving myself like time to even like and then you were just a beautiful reminder.
Reminder. Yeah.
And then boom. As soon as I was like resisting, that's another thing too. We be holding on to things that as soon as we let go, it comes to us. It's a game that we're playing.
Definitely.
Like tag, you're it.
Yeah. We holding on to the little, not realizing the blessings, the abundance, the prosperity, but we want to hold on to this because in the box we put ourselves in, it's supposed to be the blissfulness, which is another illusion in itself.
Yes. This is so juicy and delicious, girl. I didn't even eat today. I told you. Like, I don't know if you see me. This is it.
You just,
This has been, and I'm so full.
yeah. And that's the thing too. Like, I
Wow,
go days
girl.
without
Wait,
anything, and
pause.
then
Did you get what I just said? So full,
oh,
so
so full.
whoa,
Mind
whoa,
blown.
whoa, wow,
You was coming out with the bars all night though.
girl.
Like, you gotta like keep this, that like, dissect this and put them together.
So full. Wow. Oh, my soul is full. It is.
It
My soul
is.
is so full.
I can see it. Like, I
Oh
can
my
see it.
God. Wow. Yeah, my God, like me. I love to remind people that because there's a God in you.
You, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was
so
another
full.
one of my biggest like eye openers because I was like, the illusions that just get passed down to you. And when I fully like, I think I was glad that it had the two. If we're talking labels, the Christianity and the
Oh
Rastafari,
yeah.
right? And then I just was like, what you were doing earlier, questioning. I was like, what the what? Like, I supposed to follow this? Like,
God don't question nothing.
right? And then that's when I just become a free spirit. I'm like, I'm
Free.
free. I'm not claiming nothing. I'm Samadhi if I need to claim anything.
Okay. Because why would you want to adopt anything that has rules? That's
Really
no fucking
limiting
fun.
ourselves, right?
What fun is that? That's not a game I want to play. Y'all want to
No,
talk about games? That's not a game I want. I don't want to play those games.
no,
That's not a fun game.
it's not. And that's what I always say. Make it make sense. Like make it make sense.
And
It
if it makes
has to,
sense, it has to make sense every fucking time.
not just today and not tomorrow or whenever it's convenient to you. Every single time.
Music to my ears. A sound mind. Get it?
Yeah.
Sound. Sound. Y'all
Sounds
not hearing
fun.
me, but sound mind. They're all connected.
Definitely.
All connected.
Yeah.
What frequency are you on? I know it be going over. I be saying shit. It don't go over anybody's head. You know what I mean? Who knows? But I'm like, is this really going over your head still? I hope none of this goes over your head. Because
No.
there's just too much information that's just freely given.
It is so true. But the thing is, you become complacent and lazy and don't do for self. Where that's the key for you to find how it works for you. Because we're equally yoked, but we're not all the same. Different purposes and journeys. So that's why you can't copy because there's no
Where's the
comparison.
fucking bell?
We can't compete. Like, we gotta stop competing. Work together. Unity at the end of the day. Unifying. Is it simple?
Really simple. We just
So,
complicate
so simple. I
everything.
was like, man, like, yeah.
Why do we? And then here's the questions. Why? 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 I think that is like the, if any question, forget the who, what, when. It's the why.
Definitely the why. Always the why.
Why?
Mm-hmm. It's the truth. And is
So that's
it?
the only thing that matters, right?
Yeah.
It's the why.
And it's like you can that you know what someone is about to say. You can even catch them in it anyways, but you choose to just let them run off and be like, you just keep that research and that intel for yourself. Let them go on, continuing on if they choose to. I don't even hurt my hand anymore. I'm like, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. You're just falling right back into the trap again. Well, I'm giving you a chance. I'm actually giving you a chance, but you decide to not take it. So
It's where it's so interesting that you're saying that, because there's actually, I was listening to something Dr. Lila Africa, was talking about. And he was talking about, because, he does research about the European, because that's how you know how,
you know,
oh, so crazy this game is. But, especially the one that we're playing now, like,
yeah,
modern day. But it's so interesting because he was talking about the fairy tales, how
very.
that played a part, the
Yep,
myths,
yep.
and how in African culture, there's always the same thing. The message got, like, the message to us that was supposed to be directed to us, like, from God, got misconstrued
Yeah,
in some kind of way. So it's like either you die, you know what I mean? It's to
yeah,
teach you. You die or you reincarnate,
Nate, definitely.
right? That's where the skin, like the snake comes in. They shed the
Yeah,
skin. That's the reincarnation. Like
yeah,
they got the lesson. Like they know that they never die.
yeah,
But
definitely.
it's the message and how it gets it. So the fact that you're saying that was just like, oh, that it made perfect sense, because it's just like in this lifetime, I think the thing is like the trick to find out, like, to beat the game is to
Yeah,
realize like this game is endless. Like,
yep.
I think that's the trick to beating the
Like,
game.
what the other night when I kept like doing my why hole, I was like, is it gonna end though? Like, it's gonna just keep coming Come in.
Was I saying this earlier today? I don't know because
I don't
I
know,
be
because
going
I
on
came in
fucking
like I
tangents.
came on later.
Because I literally, I don't know if it was today, I don't know, but it was just like, because you know, I go on fucking tangents all day. I can do this literally all day. I've been doing this all day, but
Yeah,
that's because why you think we
my
never
charger.
can end any series correctly? Their endings always are terrible.
Yep.
Anytime they try to end something, it's like, what the fuck were y'all like? How do y'all mess this? It's because there is no end.
There isn't.
Like that's why you suck at it. Like there is no end. It just fucking continues. There's no
it
end game here.
it
Get
isn't.
it? That's the game. There's no end.
I got my
We figured it out.
battery. Nope.
Like we literally figured
But
out
I
the
was
game.
saying that
There's
I was
no end.
there's
There's
none.
no end. It just continues, like legitimately.
Definitely. And that's right now why everything is blowing up, because it is basically resetting. And like you were saying earlier, is is only for the fittest. You hear me? Because it cut out my battery. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the charger.
Girl, I'm like here next to my phone too because my phone was
It's so good.
right. You just don't want to go. You don't want it to. Hello, we don't want it to end.
Right.
Boom. Hello.
This frequency is amazing. I'm glad I tap into it.
Girl, honestly, you've been giving me life this whole day. It's been reciprocal. That's the thing. I think that's why we're like still here. We're
Yeah.
feeding off of each other. It's not like draining. It's not, we're feeding each other. So it's like soulfully enriching. You know what I mean? Who would want
Definitely.
this then? What the fuck? What? I want this to continue forever. What can I feel like? What can this be all the time?
Right?
Can this
I'm
be
down
my
with you
game?
down. It would be my accountability partner, and because I can feel your head, so I'm learning, but we all
No,
are reflecting each other.
I'm always learning.
Hmm.
I'm always learning. Like, and I hope like nobody like feels like when I be talking that like I know everything because I don't. I just like I'm just sharing what I know.
Definitely.
You know what
And
I'm
that's
saying?
what I had to learn. I had to learn to share, because I just was keeping it all inside, you know? And for me, I had to understand, like, I fall into the trap, and I paid my way to get the knowledge, because
Hmm.
being how
Costly,
protective I
right? It's
am,
always
it's
costing.
costly. And being how protective I am of my energy, I don't ask. Like, I have a hard time asking. I rather pay or serve my way. That's just me. I operate in principle,
Me
right?
too.
And it was costly, but as I said, like, I learned a lot. The experiences, I don't regret. I lived life with no regret, because everything was learning
Strategic growth.
aspect for grown so much. And I like it, that I love the version of Shakera I'm becoming this time. It's like, it's amazing, and people don't understand it. And I'm like, it's not for you to understand it. It's for me to understand it.
Okay. I think I think we're always trying to overstand somebody when
Yeah.
it's just like, do you understand?
Understand is it? That's where you need to be majority of the time. 99.9% understand.
Because to know yourself, I feel like it's to know others. You know what I mean?
It
Because
definitely is.
we're all just one. So that's why,
Because if I didn't know myself, I wouldn't be able to operate on your frequency. The same with how if you didn't know yourself. So we can only operate on this frequency where we don't need to go in depth in their language and we can understand each other. It might sound like puzzles to some or might sound like gibberish because they're not there yet. But if they just sit down and put their ego aside and just suck in the knowledge, they'll be able to understand. Understand, I should say.
Girl, preaching. Oh, we went to church
We went to church
today.
today.
We went
Definitely.
to ch-
It was so
and
much fun.
because really, what is a church?
Right?
It's
That
not
was on
not
one of my
confined
lives.
by a building. Yeah,
We supposed to be free, right? Free.
it's any 2 or 3 persons together, like praising or whatever. But that's the church.
Exactly.
Like, it's us coming together. It was
Right?
never about being in a building. It was never about offerings. It was never about
That's
membership.
I'm forever grateful for Tupac. You know why? Because he said something along the lines about the church. Why we need all this fancy big windows, everything? Why you not letting the homeless sleep inside if you got so many rooms? But you call yourself a church, though. You're the church. I supposed to believe in you. You say what? With
Y'all
what
don't
rules?
question nothing.
Make it make sense all the time.
Every time. What? Every single
Every
time.
time. Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, because you
That
think
is
you
true.
better than somebody? Especially, like, you're supposed to be welcoming to... What? Y'all look at... It's so crazy how y'all talk about Christianity because y'all the most judgmental
Mental.
people I fucking met in my
Right?
life. If I ever met a group of fucking people.
It is.
You have...
It definitely
I
is.
welcome an atheist person before I welcome a Christian. What?
And you know what? It was so hard for me because growing up on the island in Barbados, that's the main thing. Christianity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Christianity and
Girl, I'm Haitian,
Rastafarian.
girl. I was born at home. I was born in Haiti. I was born in the crib, actually. We didn't even go to the hospital. I was born at home. Okay?
So
Trust
you
me,
know
I
how
know.
it is then. And it's like you can't do nothing, but they not taking a look in the mirror, but they judging you though. I'm like, I always hear my dad always taught me like you pointing, but check how many fingers are pointing back at you. So who you pointing at, right?
Okay. We went to church. Okay, we can go to church on y'all today.
Yep,
Because y'all need
definitely.
a lot of churching on yourself. Like, look, and again, it's always y'all constantly looking outside of yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you actually loved yourself and look within this, you would never look and judge
Oh,
anybody else. You
definitely.
could never. Like, how could you?
This is
It
true.
just don't even make sense.
1000%.
Everybody has their own path. You know what I mean?
That's what I always tell people. Why would I judge someone? I never walk a mile in their shoes. Why judge?
I'll
I
be
don't know
like,
the truth. We all fighting our silent battles. We never
I don't
know
even know you.
what someone is going through.
I'm still figuring me out.
Right? Though? And do we ever fully figure ourselves out? So tell me how I'm going to know you.
It don't even make sense. And you know what we say? It has to make sense
That's all.
every time. So, yeah, that's just insanity. Really?
But then they call this insanity though. When they're the ones living in the insanity. Because I see blissful peace, smiles on our face, but on your face
We're
is
winning.
like
Oh no, we're winning.
angry, grumpy, mad, all that low vibration shit. I don't want it. I don't need the toxicity.
We
I'm
winning this
staying
game of life. We're definitely winning this game.
The potatoes, they're ready. The potatoes are ready. Can I mash them?
Yeah, you could do it.
Yes! I'm hungry.
This is so fun. I can't wait to have mine, girl. I cannot wait. Because I be talking about them like they're already here, but I can't wait.
But you have to.
Huh?
You have to. You got is already done.
Oh, yeah, they're coming. I just be talking about them all the time. I'm like, you're so loved.
Yeah.
like, but you're also making a choice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're picking me to be their mom. So.
Yeah. Definitely. I know that for a fact. Because it's like, they chose you at any day. Like, because even last year, I got chose again, but it wasn't the time. Given them what we saw what last year was, it was like, I don't want to be here right now. I'll see you later on, maybe, but not right now.
Right. And I think
I had to accept that.
Yeah, I think that's probably like one of the toughest lessons I think we have to learn in this life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it goes back to the attachments.
Definitely.
Right? And then it's just like, ultimately, there's only me. You know what I mean? I'm just a portal here for you to come through.
I had to understand that.
So it's just like, whatever decision they make, that's their decision. It wasn't, that had nothing to do with me, ultimately.
Exactly. And that's why I try to, by sharing my story sometimes, to guide others to heal and let them understand, like, why keep yourself in that prison? It had nothing to do with you. It was beyond your control. If it's beyond your control, you're never going to get it in control. So you got to release it.
Let it go. Give it to the universe.
I'm quick to forgive, and people don't even understand why. I'm like, when you get to this level, you'll understand why.
Because I would want forgiveness. And people need to understand that. Understand. Ooh, I love it.
Understand.
That forgiveness is